Hello and welcome to Bar TV Sports' coverage of the Herald Women's Premier League for this blockbuster between New Lambton FC and Wallsend FC here at Arthur Eden Oval. Today's match marks the first live stream match of the WPL for 2019 and the first regular season match ever streamed as well. And it's exciting to be able to bring it to you and the best of women's football in the Hunter. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Quentin Connors, also known as Q, and joining me is a very special guest, a Newcastle Jets and Westfield Matildas star, Larissa Crummer. Larissa, firstly, welcome to the commentary box of sorts here for Bar TV Sports, and I guess secondly as well, how good is it that we can bring the best of women's football in the Hunter on Bar TV Sports?
Yeah, look, it's great to be here. It's probably my second game that I've watched here in Newcastle, and the games keep growing here, and everyone just seems to keep playing, and everyone seems to want to play, and everyone plays well here. So I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, we have obviously two of your Newcastle Jets teammates as well playing, Libby Copus-Brown for Wallsend and obviously Tara Andrews, who's already had a fantastic start to the season. I mean, you must be excited not only to see those two, but also, you know, the players around them, to see them, I guess, lift as well, playing with, you know, guys who actually were players that play for in the W League. It must be pretty awesome. Yeah,
it's great to have, I guess, W League players playing in this league as well. Tara, I heard, has scored quite a few goals already, which is great. I mean, she netted a few good ones for us during the season, so yeah, she can just keep going, hopefully bring that scoring back into the W League.
For sure. Well, I guess today's game features a New Lambton side who has been on absolute fire so far in 2019, and after 3 games, they sit at the top of the table with 3 wins and an incredible 20 goals scored, 12 of those coming from Tara Andrews. And while their opponents have also surprised many this season though as well, and they are touted as semi-finalists Wallsend, what a scalp it would be to be able to knock off the Eagles, who are in the first 3 games of the competition are touted as kind of the premiership contenders now, premiership favourites in all this. But I guess, as you said, Larissa, not too much familiarity with the competition. Like obviously the girls that you've been playing with during the W League season. But in terms of, I guess, key areas of the game you think, you know, might be important today, I guess, and how the game might pan out, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I think Tara Andrews is going to be big. I think if Wallsend can, I guess, stop Tara from scoring goals, I think it'll be a really close game. But Tara is definitely a weapon that needs to be stopped. And, of course, Libby Copus-Brown, who is very good in the midfield and can direct players around her. And, yeah, I think it's going to actually be a really good game today.
Well, if you can hear some chanting in the background, that's the reserve grade New Lambton side who just got up over Wallsend in this one. But while the girls are preparing for kickoff, they've just been going through a bit of a warm-up beforehand, and there's a bit of a ceremony of sorts as well to do before the game for a couple of players that have reached 100 WPL games. We'll just run through the lineups for you guys today. For New Lambton in goals, Imogen Tomasani, she's in number 1. Number 3 is going to be Caroline Kasich. Number 5, Jenna Kennedy. Number 6, Lisa Cochran. Number 7, Emily Wicks. Number 9 is Tara Andrews. Number 10, Georgia Amos. Number 14 is Toria Campbell. Number 15, Imogen Tusek. Number 16, Sophie Jones. And number 21, Lauren Allen. That is the starting lineup for New Lambton. While for Wallsend in goals is Danielle Redding. In number 1, number 3, Danielle Nicol. Number 4, Sophie O'Brien. Number 5 is Brooke Summers. Number 11, Olivia Kennedy. Number 8, Jessica Evans. Number 13, Laura Hall. Number 10 is Libby Copus-Brown. Number 7, Georgia Little. Number 9, Kayla Pisani. And number 16, Jess Axia.
We've actually got a couple of presentations today. There's 2 great milestones that are occurring.
New Lambton going to be lining up in the royal blue today. Wallsend in their unusual black. Their away kit, usually in the red. They're going to be in the black today, and as you might be able to hear over the loudspeaker as well, Imogen Tomasani, she is 100 games played in the WPL, obviously not for New Lambton. They are 2 new players, Toria Campbell as well. So pretty fantastic feats from those 2 to be able to play 100 WPL games, and not very old players either, so I can imagine they'll keep on continuing on here in the WPL. Maybe reach 200, maybe even 300, but a fantastic milestone nonetheless. But Larissa, as these teams are beginning to shake hands and get ready for the game, I'll ask you to put your neck out on the line What's your tip for today? What's your prediction?
Ooh, I think New Lambton are going to win. I reckon 3-1.
3-1,
With
right.
Tara netting a hat trick.
Well, that's probably not a bad bet, Tara getting a hat trick. We've just had Wallsend coach not too happy about that prediction, but should be a fantastic game nonetheless. And I think as well, should be a very close one. Wallsend during the week, they had a catch-up game against Warners Bay, last year's premiers, and it was a 5-3 classic, that one. Wallsend were actually winning 3-2 at halftime. Warners Bay coming back, but it does prove that Wallsend are a team to be reckoned with this season. Definitely going to be challenging some of the bigger sides, which New Lambton can be considered. Seems Tara's won the toss. She in their last game netted even more goals, getting 4 again as they won 9-2 against Adamstown. As we said, she scored 12 goals already. 4 last week, 6 the week before that, and a double against the defending champions. So a fantastic start, 12 goals in 3 games. Only last year she scored 17 across the 16 games she's played, and in the first 3 she's got 12. So pretty unbelievable feat so far, and I can only imagine she's going to continue on with it.
She can only keep scoring more.
Well, let's hope so today anyway. Let's hope it's a bit of a goal fest for the neutral viewers. So we're almost ready to go here at Arthur Eden Oval. Usually the home of Lambton Jaffers in the NPL. Today, the venue for this one. The referee says, let's get underway, and so we do. Curtis Brown looking to try and get it in the corner early on. Now Lauren Allen with it, who picks up looks like Andrew's feet, but not going to be. A bit of a risky ball there. Tomasana going to get a free kick anyway from that one. Almost getting picked off by Pisani. A bit of a risky back pass there from Toria Campbell, but just while we got a bit of a lull in the game as well, Larissa. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of fans at home, W League fans and Newcastle Jets fans who are very interested, very, I guess, worried about how your injury's going. If you just want to give a bit of an update for those who may be interested.
Yes, I'm about 9 weeks post-operation, so I had my tibia fixed. So I had a massive rod put straight through it, and got a few screws put in. So yeah, I'm about 9 weeks post that. Just continually doing my rehab every day, which, you know, can get a bit boring. But yeah, look, it's a bit devastating. It's World Cup year, and I'm ruled out of that. But I mean, I've got a whole year to work on things that I couldn't before. So I guess just going to work on what I can and hopefully come back stronger than what I was before.
Well, I think everyone in Newcastle is hoping for that as well. Can't wait to see you back on the field again soon. But to go, turn our attentions back to this game again. It's knocked down the line to Pisani. She's going to go to keeper.
Nice turn there.
Now she's going to try and switch the play, but can't do it successfully. Cleared down the field, turning the Wallsend defence back around again. Sophie O'Brien, the captain of Wallsend, is going to pick it up. Got a bit of time on her hands. Looking for Georgia Little over there on the far side of your screens, but intercepted. And a free kick given away there on Sophie Jones from New Lambton, who in the middle of the park. She coming back to New Lambton after having a year off last season. The ball has come into the box here. Georgia Amos might be able to get onto it. It's going to go for a corner kick instead.
That was a nice read there by Georgia.
Georgia Amos, she was a member of the Team of the Year selected for the Herald WPL last season. Had a pretty fantastic season. This ball's knocked into the middle here. Looking for a head. It's fallen for Amos, but she's going to put it over the top of the bar. Early chance there for the Eagles. And it's a pretty incredible strike force that New Lambton have assembled this season. Obviously, Tara Andrews, we talked about, but George Amos as well, who we know is so dangerous, and then combine that with the new addition of Lauren Allen from Adamstown Rosebuds. Definitely a strong front three, and Amos now looking for Allen. Finds her in the end now. Cleared away now, and Georgia Little on the far side does well to get around the defender there, but Kasich does well to come back again. Little still continuing with it. Looked as though she was trying to find Capers Brown there. Unable to, but. Just turning the Wallsend defence back around again. Danielle Redding's just got to take her time with it, but then launches it back down the field towards halfway. Georgia Little tried to flick it on back the other way, but wasn't able to get a hold of it. Jones in the middle there now. Ball's going to swing out wide. It's a good switch of play there.
Good. Good, Brooke. Press that. Good.
Kennedy finding Amos's feet. It's going to stay in. It is going to stay in. It's going to come down to Amos again. She crosses it in the box. Looks for Andrews. She's unable to get a shot away, though. Gets dispatched away, and then ball cleared down the ground. Wicks with it now, trying to put a bit of a searching ball into the box.
Good, Devil!
Couldn't find anyone, though. I think it was Sophie Jones who was chasing after it. Andrews with it now, tries to get it in behind to Amos. Yeah, Georgia Little again, she's going to win a free kick this time. She's been keeping rather busy on that far side of the field so far in this game. She's going to almost win it again. She does so, does well there. Now she's searching for a striker up top, but there was no one there. Pisani going a bit wider on. Was going to get a bit past Emily Wicks there.
It's a great ball there by Libby.
Great, Devils!
Chance to get across him, but the shot goes wide in the end.
Libby's done really well there to find that player turning on the run there.
Yeah, Laura Hall with a chance to probably either try and get a shot across the goal there, maybe a cut back in. Might have been a bit too wide to get the best of shots in. She tried it anyway, though. Libby playing that bit of a... She's got number 10 on her back, and she's playing that number 10 role as well in that attacking midfield position. You know how crucial and vital she is to Wallsend's chances, not just this game, but this season.
Let's hope Libby can score some crackers like she did in the W League.
Oh, a terrific goal, wasn't it? The
first goal of the W League as well, and it was definitely one to remember.
Goal of the month, I think it was chosen as well in the W League. So not a, as you said, not bad for first goal in the W League to get that kind of achievement. Looking in behind, I'm not sure that was looking for Kennedy there or Pisani, but instead just out for a goal kicked. Well, is it a goal? Yes, it is a goal kick. They're going to go short with the goal kick, trying to keep it, but good pressure there from Pisani.
Well done, Devils.
New Lambton had the throw in though.
Yes, Jeff. Good, Jeff.
And Jones does well to find Andrews there. Now she's going to find Amos.
Go to Jeff.
Goes back out to Jones. She crosses it back in, looking for Amos. Can't get a shot away.
Excellent,
And now done well to clear it away from Wallsend's defence.
It was really good defence there by Wallsend.
Good scrambling defence, wasn't it? At times like that when crosses to come in. Corner kick comes in. It's going to go right in the middle. It's got a header. I think it might have taken a deflection on the head. Now Pisani, she's got a bit of space if she can get past Wicks here. She's looking for Copus Brown. It would have been a chance on if she could find her, but not to be. Snuffed out by Kasich, and Amos back on the ball again.
Good. There you go, can we play? And again, Kayla. Win
Good
that,
battle
win that.
here by Emily Wicks and Kayla
Excellent,
Pisani.
Kayla.
Now cleared down the field by Campbell. Almost found Amos.
Yes.
A good ball there from Kennedy, but then the chance was on. It was seen by Pisani and Copus Brown. Laura Hall, she tried to flick it onto a teammate, but instead only found New Lambton. And now Georgia Amos, she's going to go on to goal here. Can she get a shot away? She does. A great save from Reading.
Relax now, guys. Keep the ball.
George Amos has some speed on her, doesn't she? She's quite quick down there.
And she's already been so dangerous in this first opening 10 minutes or so. New Lambton
Keep it.
continuing to go down this short side here on the right-hand side of their attack. And Georgia Amos, so far, she's proving to be a real threat for the Wallsend defence.
Yep, there it is.
Wicks finds Koch a bit of a hard pass back to her, but she does well, Wicks, there, and got some time.
Good. Excellent, guys. There it is.
Some pressure here from
Yes,
Georgia Little.
Georgia.
She got the deflection in. I'm not sure where it hit her. I think might have maybe even in the head. She's done well. Copus Brown with it now. She beats the challenger there in Cochrane. Now she's going to go for shot.
Great, Wallsend.
Maybe just a little bit too far out there to try and beat the keeper. Gobbled up instead.
It's nice to see the girls shooting from range. Especially Libby. You know she's got the shot.
Was both teams already are troubling each other's goalkeepers. It's Tara Andrews now. She's trying to keep it. O'Brien, though, hassles her with it. And she's back on her again.
Good.
Some good pressure here by Wallsend's defence,
Excellent.
trying to win the ball back. Andrews flicks it on. And now it's cleared away by
Good.
Sophie O'Brien, the captain. Kasich just going to play it out wide. To Campbell. Both teams struggling to keep the ball, but at the moment, New Lambton doing well. And now they're going to go for a shot. Too high. But again, like you said, Louisa, shooting from distance, and it shows just with that shot as well that they do have the length on them, and potentially one of those might nestle in the goal later on in this match. Ball cleared down, but Wallsend in their first game, they won 6-0 over Thornton. Great start of the season. Copus Brown actually getting a hat-trick in that one as well, starting off her campaign with a bang. As we said, New Lambton, they're currently sitting at the top of the table and looking in good stead as well with some big wins. One of those, as we said, the first week against Mayweather, I should say. They 4-2 victory against the defending champions. A great way to start off the year and really stamp themselves as premiership contenders this year. Only their second year in the competition as well, for those who may not be aware. And already are troubling the top sides, potentially being the top side this year. Bit of coming together over there on the far side of the field, and Amos with a foot back on the ball again.
There it is.
She was looking for Emily Wicks there, and she already overrun it. It's going to go towards her right now. Cross comes in. It's going to be a corner kick, though. There's been a few corners already for New Lambton. Look to building the pressure on early in this one. They seem to have more of the ball, more of the possession as well. Doing a bit better to keep the ball at the moment than the Red Devils. The ball comes in the corner. Still there in the danger zone, though. Tara Andrews tries to head it down. They're split off the line now. Can someone put it away? There's going to be a free kick going the way of Wallsend.
Again, that's some great defence there by Wallsend.
Scrambling when it seemed like a goal was destined. Tara Andrews having a shot on the line, and I think a few more deflections bobbling around in there. Still 0-0 at this stage, though. Still searching for the first goal. Both teams have had a couple of chances so far in this one. It's Kennedy now just kind of looking for Pisani. Finds her well. Now Cobras Brown looking to go on the run and get at the defence here. And a great sliding challenge from Toria Cramble.
That was a really great tackle there.
Really halted Cobras Brown. If she'd got that wrong, it might have been on goal for Libby as she tries to flick on there, but only finding New Lambton defence. She's actually just trying to get in behind there to Laura Hall. Searching again. This time is found Laura Hall. She cuts it back in, looking for Pisani. Can she get her foot onto it? New Lambton picking up the pieces, and now Andrews with her foot on the ball. And players running off her. She finds Laura Allen. Lauren Allen trying to get in behind there. Bit of an air swing, and it's fallen for Georgia Amos. She shoots. Another save.
That was a great play there from New Lambton. Tyra obviously key in that.
Yeah, finding Lauren Allen, who bit of a chance in. Another chance as well. End-to-end stuff here. Kayla Pisani with a foot on the ball. Bit of a step over, trying to turn to her Campbell there. She's still got the ball at her feet. Now finds Kennedy. Kennedy trying to whip it into the box.
Good, guys, good.
Tomasani only the one able to collect that one. And end-to-end stuff at the moment, Lewis, is really back and forth at the moment. Either team not exactly using their midfield to their full advantage, are they? They're going over the top and just going straight to the forwards, it seems, at the moment.
I think both really want a goal here, and I think it's going to be close to see who gets it first.
Chance there to get it out wide. Brooke Summers making that left wing run. Amos keeps it in. Appeals of throw in, not to be though. New Lambton back with it. Flicked on there by Jones, but no one was there to collect it.
Good, man, relax. Good.
We've seen Wallsend the last few seasons, been there and thereabouts. The top four in the WPL, unable to really trouble the top sides though. As Lauren Allen now, she's on goal, but a heavy touch. It's a nice, neat little pass from Andrews to feed her in there, but
Lambton definitely have some speed up top, don't they?
yeah, those three, Andrews, as I said, Andrews, Amos and Allen, the three A's, they're all quick and all great finishes as well, can create opportunities for one another like they've been doing so far. Now finds Pisani, good 1-2 there. Hall trying to find someone in the middle, maybe could have held on to it and tried a way working it back into the box. Brooke Summers does well on the volley. It seems might go out there, but both teams trying to keep it in on that far side. It's still going to stay in over there. On Allen pressuring, but throw in finally to come. We're probably about 15 or so minutes into this match, Lewis. I mean, so far, both teams having, I guess, half chances of sorts, couple of chances that could have, I guess, turned into full chances. Who at the moment do you think is more likely to score first as a free kick over there to Lauren Allen?
Look, I think both teams have started really strong here. New Lambton had some really good chances, and like I said before, they've got some speed up top that have definitely causing Wallsend some trouble at the moment.
Well, what did you need to do as, I guess, Wallsend's defence, but also midfield? I mean, at the moment, like I said, they kind of look to be skipping the midfield a little bit. and not keeping the ball too well, like I think New Lambton are. I mean, what would you do as a player in this moment to try and kind of calm down New Lambton's attack?
I think you need a player like Libby or something just to sort of take control and tell her team, I guess, to settle it down a little bit. They need to take control of the game, and the ball definitely needs to start staying within the team. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Libby just needs to take more control out there.
Well, on Allen now, she's looking for Amos. She's got a chance to cut it back. She was looking for that cutback for Andrews, I believe, but she was offside anyway. Again, that speed coming into play. But yeah, like you said, Larissa, definitely seems to be needed at the moment from Wallsend. A bit of a frantic kind of football at the moment, trying to get forward as quick as they can, but maybe be a bit more worthwhile just trying to keep it and just trying to build up a bit of play, make New Lambton run around a little bit.
I mean, it is hot too, so I don't think they could play this way for a whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely hot here on the sideline as well. Don't know how they're doing it out there. As Kennedy now, she's with the ball. She's going to try and take him on and get in behind there to Copus Brown. Can she get a shot away? She's onto her right foot now. Instead goes the edge of the box. No shot. Wallsend still in possession though. Kennedy with it. Trying a bit of a step over. Might just have to play it back. She does so in the end. Great little ball into Copus Brown there. It
was a nice run from Libby. Libby's run from deep there.
But now the tides have turned, and Lauren Allen now getting at them with pace. She's got a bit of space on her hands here. She's looking like she was going to shoot. Changes her mind instead. Goes wide to Amos. Now she finds Andrews. Andrews flicks on to Allen. A great sliding challenge from Sophie O'Brien there to stop any potential shot from Allen. Again, like you said, that scrambling defence at the moment, keeping Wallsend in it.
Those three up top for New Lambton really seem to link up very well together, so let's hope to see more of that.
Yeah, there's been some nice passes and back and forth between those two. Maybe something that Wallsend are lacking a little bit at the moment. And a bit of cohesion, trying to go to those plays. Although, in saying that as well, we just saw, a fantastic ball from Kennedy into Libby Copus Brown, so Jessica Evans trying to find the foot of Hall. Little now does well on that far side, and now she's going to hoof it into the box there. Whoa. Bit of a miscommunication. Brooke Summers with a chance now. Too heavy. Almost a goal in this game, a first goal. Bit of a miscommunication between goalkeeper and defender.
Georgia's quite a good player, especially for someone as young as she is. I think she trained on with the Jets a few times last year, so she's definitely going to go somewhere in the future.
Well, she's already been pretty busy in that far side of the field there in the number 7 for Wallsend. She's
a very hard worker, and it's very, very rare to find that in some players, so like I said, she's young and definitely has quite a big future ahead of her.
One of those things, attitude, you can't teach, can you, sometimes? So.
Well done, Devils, let's go!
Brooke Summers now, throwing it into the feet of Kennedy. She does sort of keep it. A bit of pressure on her coming now from Emily Wicks. Yeah, a bit of a tussle there going the way of Kennedy, and Wallsend's free kick. Basically set up this one like a corner. Interesting you mentioned those front three as well for New Lambton. And we see, Tara Andrews getting 12 so far this season. 3 as well for Lauren Allen. George Amos still yet to score, still turning back to the squad, but Copus Brown gets a good ball into the box. It's not cleared away, it's still there. Appeals for a free kick, not to come, and I think it's Jones there now. She's done well to make a bit of space for herself. Tara Andrews plays off her feet, still going with it, Jones. Now looking in behind. Not to be though, Wallsend picked the ball back up once again. Lauren Hall trying to get in behind to Pisani. I think she might have been offside anyway, but quite a quick pace to this game as well. Real back and forth. At the moment, no one able to find that killer blow though.
Good, Taylor, well done.
Victoria Campbell trying to find, I think it was Georgia Amos, but hit the back of a midfielder instead. Emily Wicks with it now. He's going to get a deflection there from Kennedy. Get a throw in. Last season when these two squared off in the 3 matches the Herald WPL, it was 2 wins to New Lambton, a draw as well. The ball comes into the back here, back stick, but too far. It'll be a goal kick, but interestingly enough, that New Lambton's first game that they've ever played in the WPL was actually against Wallsend. A 1-1 draw, round 1 of 2018. And picked up victories in the other 2 games that they played also. What's a little bit interesting as well about this game is the fact that we were actually playing it at Arthur Eden Oval, because usually New Lambton are playing at Alder Park. That's their usual home ground. So really no one getting the home ground advantage here at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if that plays its hand a little bit. Cochran coming out now to Emily Wicks. Kennedy sprinting back in from the sideline.
Yes, good, bro.
Putting a bit of pressure on there.
Good, Holly. Hold up.
Free kick given away there from Laura Hall.
Unlucky, Laura.
Maybe a chance to whip this into the box for New Lambton. They're not able to get into the box, just on the outside there, lead away from Libby Copus-Brown, but picked up again by New Lambton. Kennedy pressuring well, and she might be able to collect this once again. Can't in the end, but Cochran with it now. She's going to try and switch the play over the top, maybe looking for Allen.
Good save.
Andrews now with a bit of a flick. A great ball to Allen.
That was a great touch there by Tara.
A nice little back heel in behind. Unable to really capitalise on it though. And it's those moments of brilliance that, you know, make players like Tara Andrews, Libby Copus-Brown as well, you know, those W League stars, but even stars in the WPL, Georgia Amos, Lauren Allen, even, as you said, mentioned before, Georgia Little as well. Touches like that, just little moments that can really turn games.
There it is, Kayla. Good.
Campbell, she's got a bit of pressure on her from Pisani, but she does well to hold her off in the end.
Good,
Now
Kayla. Well done.
takes her time with it.
There it is. Well done, Sophie.
The feet of Jones there. Jones shrugs it off, has a shot. It was low, but really straight at Danielle Redding there, but potentially could have taken that free kick instead. It's a nice flick on there from Kennedy. Goes to Laura Hall. Can she keep it in? No, she gives up on the play in the end.
Great idea.
Not sure if we're playing quarters for this one in terms of having a drink break, but I think a lot of the girls out there would probably be hoping so. It is hot out here. There was a bit of a breeze, but that's kind of evaporated now at the moment. Tara Andrews posts up there and does well to keep it. Chusek now going to go out wide. Kasich now. She's going to take up that space. Georgia Little coming across though. And just clears it over the sideline. Eagles throw in but. Wallsend do win here today. It'll be the first time they've ever beaten New Lambton. Only played 3 times, of course, but still a milestone nonetheless. Georgia Little picks up the ball on the sideline there, but gets it dispatched away from her. Appeals for handball there as Tara Andrews and Copus-Brown there in the middle. Your two friends, Larissa, going at it, giving away a free kick.
Both teams are still working really hard out here.
As Lauren Allen,
It's a great
she's gone
run.
in behind. Can she finish it? She does, but it's offside. Assistance flag is up. We still have no first goal in this game just yet. Both teams have had their chances. They've both been knocking on the door, but just the opposition defence not letting them in at the moment. Brooke Summers does well there to get it wide, and although the pass was initially off, she does well. And Hall now gets it in behind to Pisani. Offside flag up though. Wallsend actually did play here last season as well at Arthur Eden. Played more games here than New Lambton have, even though they are the hosts today, but they did lose that game to Merriweather when they did play here. It's a bit of an unfamiliar territory, this ground for both teams, as the ball's whipped out wide, but Georgia Little now does well to win it and then tries to turn her defender as well, almost does so. And a good ball in behind to Tara Andrews. She could go and goal here now. Can she get a shot away? She does.
Great finish there from Tara.
It's 1-0 New Lambton. We were wondering when the first goal would come, when it would finally come. And of course it had to be her, didn't it?
She's done really well there. She kind of arced her run a little bit to stay on side, and it's a great finish there from Tara.
Well, brilliant run as well. We often see when you get a great ball in behind like that, and your initial touches on that ball sometimes let you down. You can't get a goal-scoring chance out of it, but Tara Andrews, as we know, is brilliant in front of goal, and she gets her first blood in this one. The Eagles up 1-0, but Wallsend already trying to get it one back. Good work there from Kennedy, but not able to get past Tomsane. So the Eagles take the first goal. And now the pressure back on Wallsend, needing to score. Ball going wayward there for Brooke Summers now. She pinches that one on the wing there and then gives it to Pisani. She does well with it. She's turned Campbell. Can she maybe get a cross in? Maybe just have to lay it off back here to Summers. That's what she does. Now Summers is going to try and look for the back stick. Almost a great ball over the top there to find Little, but not to be. Some nice football there from Evans to get control back again for Wallsend. Georgia Little hassling again like she has been all game so far. She does well, but unable to find the foot of her W League teammate. Copus Brown is easy now for the Wallsend defence to just play out from the back. Nice little chip pass in there in the midfield. Georgia a little bit of space on her hands now. What she's going to do with it, she's going to come back in the middle, finds Laura Hall. She wasn't able to get it in, but she does get it out wide to Kennedy. Kennedy, Hall again. Hall with a nice little flick over the top. Georgia Little, can she get a cross or a shot away, but trips over the ball and then appeals for a penalty. She keeps the ball though, cuts it across.
It was a cheeky little flick there, wasn't it?
A very cheeky flick and a very effective one as well, getting over the top there to Georgia Little. Appeals for a penalty, but referee waved them away. Summers on now. She's already got 2 goals for the Red Devils this season. Sunny does well to get her body in front. And Laura Hall, she just turns the defender well. Pressure from Evans. Lauren Allen wins it now. Tara Andrews, a nice little dink around and beats the second defender. Back on the inside to Allen. Maybe a bit too high for her though. And they do look to break quickly, don't they, these front 3 for New Lambton, as we saw with the first goal of the game. We talked about how many goals they've scored already in this 2019 campaign. 20 goals, however, only 5 goal scorers.
You definitely see why they're scoring so many goals.
Very attacking football, isn't it?
There's a lot of speed up there as well.
Tara
Especially with a player like Tara who can post up and hold the ball and look to link in. She's definitely a big part of that attack.
Relax.
Ball cleared down now, and Travis Brown gets her foot on the ball and appeals for a free kick. Not going to come, though.
It's got to be better than that.
Evans with it. Evans hoofs it down, trying to look for Basani. Nice midfield battle going on at the moment between both teams.
Yeah, well done, Ref. Yeah, great call.
18 points separated these two on the table last season. There's quite a gap between the top three and the second three of sorts. Can't imagine there'll be such a gap, though, between these two this year. Wallsend looking a much superior side from that of last season as the ball whipped into the box, I was going to say, but went all the way to Reading and goals. She does well to collect it, though. Wicks with it. Bit of a tough ball there from Tusek to try and keep, and a free kick coming to Tara Andrews now. Just over 30 minutes played in this one. Still about 10 minutes to go. Only 1-0 though. Game very much still in the balance. New Lambton though potentially staking their claim for another goal to double their lead. Jones goes high. Too high though. Reading just watches that one sail over the crossbar. Few new players for both teams this season in 2019. Lauren Allen obviously coming from Adamstown for New Lambton. Toya Campbell from Warners Bay. Emmeline Pepper as well, who's scored 3. Newcastle Jets Academy last season as Allen now jumps on the ball. Falls now to Andrews. She might get a shot away. Instead cuts it back to Allen. Straight at the keeper though. Some nice linked up play once again between those two. Of the far side of your screens.
5 feet, Brooke, 5 feet.
Tusek now trying to get the ball from a slide tackle. Sani posts up, does well. I'll be able to keep it. Does so. Still got the ball. She was signaling for a through ball, but maybe just a little too late on that one.
Cricket, Kayla, that's all it is.
One player that New Lambton did lose, though, this season, obviously that of Joey Burgess, such a massive figure for women's football in this country. Unfortunately, getting injured with an ACL injury, keeping her out for this season. Another player that's in this squad, but not featuring today, Stacey Day. Is another fantastic and former W League player as well for New Lambton. At the moment though, they're still winning, still enough in the squad to be playing some good football as well. Little ball over the top to Georgia Little. Can she get there first? She does! Unable to really get any kind of meaningful foot on that one though. Cavis Brown, little ball there at Little. She was offside though, and she's come back on anyway though, and the ball's potentially there for her. She's got that, and now it's fallen for the goalkeeper. So, a bit of an unusual sequence then. Both parties not really sure what was going on, but as we enter the last 10 minutes of sorts of this first half, I guess this is where the players really kind of need to step up when you're getting a bit tired. You know, you've been playing in the heat for 35 minutes, really wanting a bit of a break. This is when, you know, a goal or two can really change the face of the game, can't it? As Lauren Allen now might have a goal here. She's got onto her right foot, goes for the chip. It's got a deflection, and it falls in the back of the net regardless.
She's definitely got a lot of speed on her, hasn't she?
And she's got the finishing to back it up too, doesn't she?
Breeze straight past that defender.
2-0 to the Eagles. We were just mentioning if the last 10 minutes of the half can really set the tone for the rest of the game, and potentially it just has. Lauren Allen just waltzing in behind the defence there and then chipping Danielle Redding. She did well to get a touch on that Redding, but unfortunately not enough.
Libby's done really well to win that back there.
Trying to lift her side at the moment, putting a bit of pressure on the New Lambton midfield. A free kick to come for the Red Devils. Red Devils that are not wearing red today, but usually Red Devils. Cabas Brown now trying to get it in behind. Looked like it might have fallen for Bassani, but not to be. Snuffed out. Bit of space now for New Lambton. Cochrane with the ball. Trying to find Tara Andrews. Probably would have been better off going to Lauren Allen, but Allen does pick up the ball in the stead there. Amos is going to get the ball with her back facing the goal. Jones with it. Jones might try and get a ball in here. She does, but it's snuffed away. Axia doing well to clear the ball from the box there. They've done so well, Wallsend, this first half to keep the game quite close. They've had their chances as well. Probably could have taken the lead early on in the game. They don't want to let that fantastic performance slip in the last 5 minutes here. Don't want to start giving away another goal. 3-0 deficit, very hard to come back from, especially against a side like New Lambton. Unable to connect on that one. Chusek, Cochrane. Kennedy trying to get through the middle of both those New Lambton defenders there. Amos now does well, knocks it down the line. A bit of a 50-50 challenge there. Might have almost fallen greatly for Andrews, but cleared away. Going to come for Wallsend. Cabas Brown doing well to track back there and put a bit of pressure on, making the New Lambton team pass it back. And now it's Jones trying to slot through Lauren Allen there. She now cuts it across Tara Andrews. Great work there from goalkeeper Danielle Redding. Gets down low and dispatches the ball away.
Really nice play there from New Lambton.
Almost Lauren Allen and Tara Andrews linking up once again. They're doing a great job alongside one another. And really those two have been the attributors for the goal so far. Allen scoring the second, Andrews getting the first, but both coming off one another's assists. This ball now comes in looking for Andrews, but cleared away by O'Brien. Going to be a corner kick instead, though. Tara Andrews obviously coming back from that injury that she received in the start of the W League season. Definitely could have used her in your campaign, wouldn't you?
Oh, it was definitely a big loss for us.
This corner comes in, bit of a front stick low one. Going to be another one anyway, though. Another corner to come. This one a bit high and towards the edge of the box. A bit too far, though, in the end. Kennedy now playing for Sani. Sani trying to drop it back. A bit too heavy of a touch. Yeah, we saw Andrews, when she did return, eventually have her impact, make her mark on the W League. Scored 2 goals in just the 7 games that she played in the end. It's Casey. She's going to go long here. Maybe trying to catch Reading off a line. Not to be, though. Only a few minutes to go in this first half at the moment between New Lambton and Wallsend. Herald WPL. Great to have best of women's football in the Hunter live here on Bar TV Sports. As the ball now. Sophie Jones trying to get the ball into their front stick. Danielle Redding, fantastic once again. Keeping Wallsend in it at the moment. Making sure they don't go behind by any more than 2 goals. She'll be hoping that her attack can start linking up. Potentially grab a couple back. Get back into this game once again. Good ball from Cobus Brown there. Out wide to Kennedy. Can she find someone? She's looking for Pisani, but snuffed away. Now Evans now. She's got a bit of time on her hands and chooses to go a bit further out wide. Nickel now. Nickel cuts it back now. Trying to get over the top to Little.
Concentrate! Come on, reorganise, concentrate!
It definitely is a fantastic time for Wallsend to get back into this with a goal if they could. Definitely change the team talks heading into half-time. Maybe go in with a bit of a spring in their step. And a free kick called back for earlier incident.
Laura! Ollie! Just sit in with Jess.
Yeah, a card being shown to, I think it was Cochrane there. Not entirely sure what that was for. Maybe a bit of dissent of sorts. Lisa Cochrane. I think maybe it was to a Wallsend player. Wasn't exactly clear, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Evans does well to win the ball there. Falls for Allen instead anyway, though, and she's got a bit of time on her hands and now plays Cochrane. She uses that left foot to try and find Georgia Amos, finds Brooke Summers instead. And now Cobus Brown is going to get forward. Bit of space on her hands. Tries a bit of an outside of the foot pass there to Kennedy. And Kennedy trying to find Pisani. She was offside anyway. And that's going to be half-time in this one here at Arthur Eden Oval. Currently, New Lambton 2, Wallsend 0. It has been a rather interesting first half here. Chances to both sides earlier on. Wallsend probably had a couple of chances to take the lead. New Lambton kept hammering away, though, kept trying their luck. Eventually found it with Tara Andrews. And Lauren Allen as well, getting on the team sheet with a nice little chipped goal to make it 2-0. So far, that first half, Larissa, what's been your thoughts on how, well, I guess what we've seen so far and how this one's panned out so far?
Okay, I can definitely see why New Lambton are the team to beat. They've definitely got some speed up top, which is, I guess, making it hard for Wallsend's defence. They just can't seem to control them at the moment, which, you know, they've got speed, they've got Tara who can hold the ball up and link players in. I mean, it's very hard to defend. But, yeah, I think Wallsend is still in this, and it's not impossible to come back, but it's going to be hard. Yeah,
well, I guess in terms of Wallsend coming back potentially, if you were, you know, the coach at this time, if you were one of the players at the moment, what would you be doing to try and change this this result at the moment? What are some of the things you might be looking to really focus in on for the second half?
Yeah, like you said, I think they need to use their midfield a little bit more. Libby needs to, I guess, be more stronger in that sense and be more of a leader in her role. But I think they're doing well. Georgia's having some good runs up top. I mean, if they find the early run quick and find players in behind, I think that's definitely the way that they can pick up a few goals this second half.
Well, like we said, there have been chances for Wallsend. They just haven't been able to take them, haven't had that crucial finishing touch to it, whether that be a pass or a shot. And potentially, if they can begin to do that, maybe a comeback is on the cards. But Lisa, we're going to have a bit of a break. Same with the players. We're back here on Bar TV Sports in just a moment. It is 2-0 to New Lambton, but don't go anywhere. Second half is just around the corner. Welcome back here to Arthur Eden Oval, usually the home of the Lambton Jaffers in the NPL, but today playing host to New Lambton and Wallsend in the Herald WPL. Absolutely fantastic to have this competition on show for you today. Across the Hunter, the best in women's football that we have to offer, but at the moment, Wallsend, they're trailing 2-0 to New Lambton. There's been a goal to Tara Andrews after quite a back and forth first 20 or so minutes. And then another goal to Lauren Allen. Bit of a chipped finish to make it 2-0. Game still definitely in the balance, though. Can go either way. My name is Quentin Connors. Thank you for joining us once again back here on Bar TV Sports. And I'm joined once again also by Lewis O'Crummer. Thank you for coming back once again. But obviously a back and forth. We briefly touched upon it at the end of the half. A back and forth. First half. Do you think we'll see more of the same in the second, or do you think maybe one team might, I guess, start to get a bit more control over the other, Lusa?
Look, I think if New Lambton get another goal here, I think it might be game over. Yeah, just I would like to see Wallsend try and control, I guess, the front three a little bit more and see what happens from there.
Well, definitely, like you said, I think the next goal in this game is the all-important one. Wallsend gets a goal, the game potentially turns on its head, but like you said, if New Lambton get the next one, it may be all done and dusted in this one here. But we'll have to wait and see. The second half is underway once again. Ball looking over the far side there. Brooke Summers cutting it out. And now Copers Brown with a switching ball, but only finds Kasich instead.
Good, Taylor.
Bit of pressure now from the Wallsend attackers on defence, but New Lambton doing well to keep the ball at the moment. Play it around and looking for Tara Andrews. Sophie O'Brien there, unable to completely get control of the ball. Hooked out wide there from Jones, but it's not going to find anyone. Toria Campbell, not sure if she was going for goal there. A bit ambitious, but may as well try those. You won't know if you don't shoot, I suppose. So. So it's great to have you on the call today. Absolutely fantastic with someone of your stature, your achievements to be here. Obviously injured at the moment, probably a bit frustrating watching football at times, wanting to be out there. But I guess we briefly touched upon it as well at the start of the game. But isn't this just fantastic for women's football in the region to have, Bar TV Sports covering these games live streamed for everyone? There's only I think 6 a season at the moment. Well, for this year anyway, we'll have to see what happens, but it's great to have women's football on live stream, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the women's game's definitely growing and it's becoming more popular around, and especially in Newcastle. Like it's definitely growing, and we're getting some more big name players and stuff starting to join this league. So it's just great to see the girls' game growing.
Well, it's fantastic as well. Like you said, some of the big names that are actually playing in this competition. Obviously, some go to America, some go to Europe. But I guess some as well have stuck around and they're playing in this competition and lifting some of the other girls up around them. I mean, that's pretty fantastic as well, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is great. It's always great to play alongside names, I guess, like Tara Andrews and Libby Copers Brown. You learn and you grow, and it entices more people to want to stay and play in the league.
Well, I guess for fans as well, they usually have to pay at W League games and whatnot. For these, though, completely free, and you get to see some of the best football women's football, I should say, in the Hunter region. So, Lauren Allen does well there, gets it to Tay Andrews. She turns and gets a little toe into Jones now. Jones having a think about where she's going to give it to. Tries to go over the top to Allen. Does well to get control of the ball once again. She's been good today, Sophie Jones, at the moment. She's done well to keep it, and as I say that, she gives the ball like commentator's curse and then gives away the free kick. So maybe I'll just keep my mouth shut. We spoke briefly about the midfield needing to control the ball a bit more, like for Wallsend, because New Lambton have been doing it so well at the moment so far. Tara Andrews with it now. She's trying to get it back over the top to either Chusek or Georgia Amos there. No, a bit of a duffed throw there of sorts from Reading in goals. But do you think if position there from Wallsend. I mean, if they can start to keep the ball a bit more in that midfield, start to, I guess, build up the play a bit more, do you think, I guess, we'll start seeing them, I guess, we had a chance here. We'll come back to that thought in a second. As the offside, though, given away, a bit of a half chance there of sorts. But do you think if they can start dominating that midfield, that maybe, goal chances might start coming?
Yeah, like we've seen just then, Libby obviously just played that nice ball over the top for Liv, but it's things like that. Once Libby starts taking control and then finding runners that are making good runs forward, like it's how Wallsend can score, catching New Lambton's backs out.
And they're saying that New Lambton have been doing pretty well so far this game as well, and that midfielder, Sophie Jones, does well there and finds Lauren Allen. Lauren Allen almost getting away there from the Wallsend defence.
Good. Go, Laura.
It's been a good battle in the midfield so far this game, and then Georgia Little does well. Oh, Hall now trying to find Pisani. Cochrane now to Kasich, and he's going to turn the ball around. Try and keep it. Sony now just going to go out wide once again. A chance here now.
Well done, guys. Excellent.
Given away though.
Great, guys. Well done.
What's important to note as well for viewers at home that it is pretty hot here today at Arthur Eden. Bit of a breeze starting to come through now, but the whole first half playing in pretty scorching heat. So fatigue may be playing a factor as we go on in this game. Sophie Jones now looking for Lauren Allen. She gets a toe in there. Can't keep it though. He's hustling again. Gives away a free kick as she does it though. And New Lambton does keep their lead in this one. They will move up to 12 points. Around the grounds as well, Warners Bay beating South Wallsend 3-0 at half-time in their match. The other team that's won every game so far. Lauren Allen now almost cutting back on the inside away from Nickel, but Nickel snuffing it out. And a bit of a battle now back and forth between these two. Lauren Allen getting a toe in, but loses the throw in. Ryan's going to play it back, and Georgia Amos, bit of pressure now coming from the right-hand side there. She forces Reading to play a bit of a hopeful ball into the middle of the field. Cochrane now trying to get wide to Amos, and now Pisani. Now she can play that 1-2 there. Unable to get the ball away. Does want to keep it though instead. And now Little goes wide down the sideline. Kennedy. Can she get a cross in? She does try and get a cross in. It's a lofty one, but not to be for Wallsend. So finishing touches, that final pass, final shot just not working out for the Red Devils at the moment. Potentially an area that New Lambton are just beating them in across the field. Giving the ball away. It's a nice one-touch football there from New Lambton, always finding the feet of Imogen Tusek, but he's done well now to take the ball back again. Jones does well again. Tries to get in behind, does so. Lauren Allen keeper coming out. Goes a bit too high on this occasion though. Some good pressure from Danielle Redding in goal. Although they're down two, she's been rather sound in between the sticks today. Had a couple of good saves in the first half to keep New Lambton still within reach. Last season, Wallsend had the equal worst defence in the competition. Conceded 49 goals across the year. They only scored 17 as well in their matches, but this year they've already scored 6 goals in the first game and then 3 in the next, so 9 goals all up. Sani now trying to get back up to her feet again. Georgia Little does well, hassles them,
Well done, Georgia.
wins the ball and the free kick.
Good, Georgia. Good, guys. Okay, just remember, when you see Carol go, she's going.
Marking. Hey, back, marking. Jenna, Toria, come on.
Potentially a chance to get this one into a dangerous area for Wallsend.
Go, guys.
Not too many bodies in the box, though, the Red Devils. It's a good ball, though. It's fallen perfectly for Kennedy, but she couldn't get a foot onto it.
Some ball whipped in there, wasn't it?
And Kennedy, just a good run as well. No one tracking the runner on that occasion, and just unable to put that finishing touch on it. I guess moments like that, Larissa, that can really just change a game. If a goal comes there for Wallsend, all the momentum's in their favour. Potentially able to push on and get another one, but at the moment just not working out for them at the moment. Cabas Brown trying to find Evans. Laura Hall, good ball over the top to Little. Can she keep this in? She is going to keep it in. Nice challenge there from Allen. Hope she's all right on that far side with the fence there. Not sure if she landed in it, but maybe Wallsend mounting a little bit of pressure at the moment. Ball put into the box, front stick. Knocked away from New Lambton though, so it's going to be another corner to come. Copus Brown looking to be on it. Puts it back in, and this one hitting the upright, it seemed, but referee saying it had already gone out and swung its way back in. Bit of an unfortunate result from that corner as well, because they are mounting a little bit of pressure on New Lambton. You don't want to really give it away so cheaply. Asani doing well, a bit of a coming together of sorts there, but call goes the way of the Eagles.
It would be nice to see Wallsend pick up a goal here.
It really changed the game, wouldn't it? Maybe put New Lambton on the back foot. Nicely done there from Brooke Summers. She's going to keep it in. She is. Very well done from Summers at that far side. Now Kennedy with it. Olivia Kennedy unable to keep the ball. Ball's going to stay in that far side now. Finally a throw in for Wallsend, but I think the more this game goes on, you can always ask the question whether New Lambton might keep pushing for another goal. They don't need to score, obviously, at the moment. They're 2-0 ahead. Probably can't imagine that with the attacking weapons that they have, that they will sit back and try to retain the lead, but it is an option there for them. Lewis, if you were the coach of New Lambton at the moment, if you were a player out there, what would you be suggesting to your team going forward and looking for a few more goals, or maybe just consolidating a little bit and just be happy with the 2-0 lead?
Well, obviously I'm a striker, so the more goals the better. Look, with the strike force that New Lambton has, there's no point in sitting back. They're already causing trouble, so why not just keep causing trouble and see how many more goals you can actually get?
Tara Andrews now, one of those great strikers on the ball, but Nickel getting it from her. Now Evans trying to get it out wide to Georgia Little. Will she keep this in? She does keep it in, and then does a great ball over the top there to Copus Brown. It's got a bit of pressure on though from 2sec, and dribbles out for the throw in. Going to be Wallsend's throw in though. New Lambton giving it away. Georgia Little now trying to find a ball, and I think he was maybe looking for Kennedy. Didn't find her though. Now Eamon. Never coming together. She keeps the ball though. Still has the ball. Doing well. Still dribbling, taking them on. I think she might have been looking for a ball in behind there to Tara Andrews. And now a clearance from Wallsend. I think it's going to go for a corner. Looks like it is going to be a corner. Maybe putting a bit of unnecessary pressure onto them. You know, putting a couple of bodies into the box at the moment. Got 5 girls in the box with Imogen Tusek sitting on the outside. It's a good ball in there. One on the penalty spot. It's a good header as well. Reading meets it with a good save.
She's made some good saves today, hasn't she?
She's been fantastic in the sticks at the moment. Like I said, it could be a lot more if it hadn't been for Reading. She's kept them within reach on a few occasions so far this game. Emily Wicks now trying to use her pace on the outside and then looks to cross it in, but loses out to Brooke Summers in the end.
Good. Here's it. Good.
Been a couple of hard weeks for Wallsend in terms of watching from the sidelines, though. Recently, they in round 2 got washed out after their big win in round 1, and then round 3 match had to get postponed due to ground issues against South Wallsend. In the end, they've played their round 2 match against Warners Bay on midweek on Wednesday night, I believe. So they have played it, but potentially that's another factor that we can take into this game as well. The fact that Wallsend have recently played while New Lambton have a bit more of a, well, have had a bit more of a break than Wallsend. Georgia Amos tries to get a ball in. It's a good ball, looking for Andrews. I think parries it down and then collects the scraps back up again. She's going to hoof it down the field, but only finds Lisa Cochran in the middle of the field.
Good.
Georgia Little with it now. Goes back to Copus Brown. She might look to try and get a ball in behind. Does so over the top to Georgia Little. She's unable to keep control of the ball though.
Good, let's go!
Warners Bay, Wallsend I should say, their throw in. New Lambton just going to win the ball and try and turn the Wallsend defence back around again. Push theirs out and condense the space once more. We have a tussle going on here on the near sideline. It's originally won by New Lambton, but
unlucky, mate.
given away in the end. Come to my attention as well that Wallsend also made a sub in the back. Lauren Allen, can she get a foot onto this one? She can. And she doubles her goal tally for the day. And extends New Lambton's lead to 3-0.
It was really, really nice play there. Nice ball from Tara and a great finish from Laura there.
Well, really just a few quick passes to make the opportunity as well. Wasn't all too much build up to it. Nice pass over from Andrews, and Allen tucks it away over the top of Reading for the second time today.
Those two do really link up very well.
Well, that first goal to Tara Andrews was off a Lauren Allen pass as well, and then both Allen's goals have also come off Andrews' assist. So Andrews looking for Allen once again, but yeah, I was just about to say that before Allen's goal that it seems that Wallsend has made a substitution as well as Kennedy now. All comes together with Toya Campbell and then puts that shot wide. But seems that number 6 Taylor Grant for Wallsend has come onto the field in the second half. Probably a substitution made at half time. Jess Axia, she's not coming back on the field for the second half. Andrews does well, beats a few in the middle of the park there. Then looks for a ball at the top to Georgia Amos. Can she get a touch on it? She does. Can she get another one? Can she get a toe in? It's wide. Did all the hard work, but just couldn't put it away. Almost deserved a goal, all that. Goes agonisingly wide for Amos.
Hey! Well done, Jess. Go, guys.
Could have nearly just been 4-0 to New Lambton, and you have to say if they get another one here early on that it floodgates potentially could open, and which is something you never want to see as a Wallsend fan watching from the sideline for today. You'd hope that Wallsend can stay close within it.
Yeah, I just think Wallsend can't let any more goals come in. If they want to stay in this game, they need to start getting on top.
Need to try and somehow work out a way to take their chances and get a goal back. They've had a few already in this second half. A few as well in the first half, but they just squandered, and potentially if those go in, the game changes. Evans does well battling there with Jones, but it comes out to Cochran, and she goes wide. Amos now, she's got Wicks on her outside. She uses Wicks. Now she's looking for a ball back into Amos. Wicks keeping the ball out there on the far side. It's done well. Shusek now with it. It's still staying in. New Lambton still keeping possession. It does seem like something that New Lambton are doing a lot better throughout this game. It's just keeping that ball around the midfield, being able to play feet and move for one another. And then a ball like that comes in. Amos trying to find Allen. A bit behind her though. She would have liked that a bit further ahead of her. Andrews collects it back. Kasich wide now. Jones beats Grant and cuts it back, or tries to cut it back to Allen. Andrews with it now. Jones once again. Referee coming back for an earlier incident from Georgia Little, giving her a yellow card. Can't say I exactly remember what that challenge was, but
I think she just came in a little late there.
nonetheless, playing advantage and then coming back to it. Good refereeing. Corner kick to come. Well, I guess at this stage of the match, midway through the second half, down by 3 goals. Lisa, if you're Wallsend, how do you get back into this one? Do you start pushing multiple numbers forward, trying to get balls into the box, try and get balls down the field early, or?
I think it's still quite early in the second half. I wouldn't be panicking too much and trying to upset the game. I think they just need to start settling down and playing through the midfield and finding the players up top and making deep runs in behind. I mean, it's definitely not impossible to come back from this. I just think they just can't panic at the moment.
New Lambton looking to keep the ball as they have done most of this game, but potentially giving it away there. Georgia Little looked like she might have jumped onto that, but not to be. Jones now with it. Jones trying to slot in behind Amos. Can she get a shot away? She does. Got a little nick there from Redding. Sends it wide.
Georgia Amos is just about due for a goal, isn't she?
She is. She's come agonising close only about 5 minutes earlier. She beat the keeper, got the ball off the defender, and then just put it centimetres wide of the goal. So I think, yeah, she definitely deserves one. Low cross here to the front stick. Cochran unable to get a foot to that one. newcomers, trying to get the ball over quickly to Kennedy, and just no play working at the moment. No link-up play for Wallsend is coming off at the moment for them. And these New Lambton just retaining the ball easily. Andrew gives it away in the end there, but
Find feet, guys, find feet.
Pisani, it falls down to her now. Can she do something? She goes over the top there looking for Kennedy. It's a toe in. They're going to get the throw in anyway. In fact, they're not. And it seems a sub's going to be made now for New Lambton. Imogen Tusek to be coming off. Coming onto the field, Emmeline Pepper. She's already got 3 goals to her name this season. Former Newcastle Jets Academy product. Let's see what she can add to this New Lambton side. It's already 3-0 ahead in this one. Andrews tries to get into Jones. Jones does well. Can she get a shot away? Tries to get a crossover, but it's got deflected, and it's going to be a corner kick to come. About 20 minutes remaining in this match. Wallsend needing something to have any kind of chance of getting back into this one, but at the moment New Lambton with a firm stranglehold on the contest. Ball comes in towards the edge of the 18. Might fall there for Amos, thought so, but cleared away. She's got Pepper there supporting her. She's with the ball now. Calm on the ball, does well. So too Wicks. Tries to find Cochrane, does well there. And they're going to go for goal. Bit ambitious, but again,
I guess that just shows how much confidence they have at the moment with the 3 goals up.
Trying some things that maybe they might not try when they're only 1 or 2 ahead.
They've got nothing to lose, they might as well.
Well, when they fall, they look spectacular, don't they? So you may as well try for them. Hall, the far side now, Pisani. Swings a throw in. It goes back in the middle to Hall. Hall trying to turn and get a toe into Cooper's Brown in the middle there. Kennedy now. No one really in the box for her though. Now there is. She goes long. Can they get ahead to it? Cooper's Brown! Wide of the goal. And it seems to be the story of their day so far, hasn't it? So close yet so far, just unable to take advantage of those opportunities that have arisen, or New Lambton have, and that's the reason they're 3 ahead at the moment. Substitution to be made though for Wallsend here today. Coming off Kayla Pisani, she's had a good game up front at the moment. Sophie Phillips coming onto the field in 23. Cooper's Brown has it downwards, falls for Hall. Hall tries to get over the top to Kennedy, but cleared away. For Wallsend, if they do finish this one with the loss, they sit with only 1 win from 3 matches. It's Evans now. Hits the feet of Cooper's Brown. Trying to turn Cochrane there. Gives away the free kick as in trying to do so.
Good luck, Liv.
If the scores stay the same, New Lambton, they will be 4 from 4. perfect start to the season so far. High scoring start to the season as well for them. Scored 23 goals in 4 games at the moment. Tara Andrews, 13 of them. Nice little flick there from Sophie Jones, and then even a better ball from Tara Andrews into Lauren Allen. Can she get a third? Instead goes for the cross to Amos. She's going to be able to get the ball again. Amos, though, drops it off to Andrews. Still with it. Still there. Blocked off the line. Can someone get a toe in? No. Redding picks it up. And what a 10 seconds period of football.
It was a great save off the line there, wasn't it?
Well, I'm not sure if, I think it was Taylor Grant, I'm not sure if she knew all too much about it, if the ball hit her, but she's done fantastically anyway in positioning-wise to be there and stop that. Tara Andrews was hassling there inside the 6-yard box to try and get a shot away. Had a couple of attempts, really. Wallsend doing well to keep the deficit to only 3 at the moment. Sophie Jones on the outside, now gets the ball in, but it's going to come off the side of the boot. A bit too wide. Goal kick to come. Well, Lewis, so we know as well that you've obviously played many games for the Matildas. Unfortunately, won't be there this year, the World Cup. But how do you think our girls are going to go? Do you think we're a chance of winning it this year?
Yeah, I definitely do. We've always thought that we were going to win the World Cup, especially at the 2015 World Cup.
Kennedy comes flying in for...
Yeah, like we're a strong team and we're resilient, and we always thought that we're going to win the World Cup, and this, I think, could be the year.
The chance here, but up again by New Lambton. Bit of a coming together there between Hall and Tomasoni. She's going to get the free kick and just seeing if she's all right. She a little bit ginger walking back, but she is fine. But yeah, it's definitely exciting times to have the World Cup happening in a few months' time. And as you said, a lot of hope and anticipation almost around the country, really, for the Matildas. A lot expecting the girls to go very well this year. Must be a little frustrating not being there, as you said, but I mean, regardless, I'm sure you'll be chewing the girls home.
Yeah, it was pretty much one of the first questions I asked when I was in the ambulance getting carried away was, how long am I out for? So it was very devastating to hear that the World Cup was out of it, but yeah, I'm still going to be following the girls' game and watching it, and I still keep up with them now. But yeah, I think they're going to do really well, and I can't wait for them to start the World Cup.
Well, hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll be seeing yourselves back in a green and gold jersey for the Matildas.
Hopefully not too much longer.
No. And the good thing about the World Cup is that one comes around again in only 4 years' time, so I'm sure you'll be there as a chance for Kennedy, potentially. But nice little toe away there, and then Casey just kicks over the sideline, tries to get a bit of a breather for her team.
Wallsend is still working really hard out here. As you can, Liv just ran a lot then trying to get that ball, and she's still running now, so it's good to see that they haven't given up.
Yeah, still trying to make things happen, which we sometimes see in the WPL. Some teams don't keel over and die, but they can get run over a little bit as the game goes on, and they are a few goals behind. But Wallsend not showing any glimpses of that at all. Still looking for a way back into this game. You have to wonder if a goal might change the balance of power, but Georgia Amos now sprinting down the outside there on the right-hand side. They're looking for Tara Andrews, but that ball's just going to be given away. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this one here at Arthur Eden Oval. 25 girls, I think it is, that have played in this game so far, doing extremely well in this heat. A bit of a breeze coming through now here at Arthur Eden, but first half especially. Very hot conditions. Great for those watching at home, not so much for the girls out on the field. But as I've said many times, fantastic to be bringing the Herald WPL to you live on Bar TV Sports here. Just one of the 6 games that are going to be taking place throughout the season here on Bar TV Sports, and then obviously the grand final as well. The first ever regular season match streamed here as the corner comes in, looking for a header, finds Andrews instead. Can she get a shot away? Another scramble again. It's still with it. Andrews cleared off the line once again.
Get him out! Come on, Liv! Great, Liv!
Well, you can't fault Wallsend for their desperation on the line, can you? Some scrambling defence.
That's 2 really good clearances straight off the line.
Well, there's been a few in the first half as well. I mean, like you said, I think you made mention in the first half of just how good they were scrambling defensively when they needed to. There was a brief moment there where no one really knew where the ball was. It was tucked away, hidden, and then kind of came out to play again. Amos now. He's going to take on her defender, Nickel. She might look for a cross. It keeps going. Cleaned up by Brooke Summers. Corner kick to come. Wallsend not giving in just yet. Making sure that they don't go any further behind in this one. They've done valiantly so far in the first 80 minutes. We're hoping to get a goal in the last 10 minutes, but Pepper tried to just swing a foot at it and caught the bottom of her studs instead, I think, and went backwards. Kasich and Georgia Little got a touch to go past Kasich, and she's going to get a yellow card for that one. Maybe a chance there for Little if she doesn't get taken out there. She had her pace, I think, around the outside.
It was a smart tackle there to shut that down early.
It gets the yellow card, but much better than giving away a goal. Oh, and Allen. Georgia Little still working hard there. Well, as we near the end of the game, there's only less than 10 minutes. Tara Andrews now. Little chip over the top. Good chip there to Emmeline Pepper. She keeps it. Can she get it back to Andrews? She does. Can she get a shot away? Goes wide. As we end near the end of the game, Lewis, I guess, player of the match. Who'd you have to pick so far this game? Lauren Allen's obviously scored the 2 goals. Looking for a hat-trick, but...
Yeah, I think Georgia Amos has worked really hard as well. But yeah, it's definitely a close one between those front 3, I can tell you that much.
Be hard player vote, you'd think, this afternoon for both teams as well. I think Georgia Little has been fantastic for Wallsend on this right-hand side as the ball whips in the box. Danielle Redding gets a ball, who has also been great for Wallsend today. There's a few that you could pick for Wallsend that, although they seem like they're going to go down in this one, have done well. Kennedy on the inside there as well, in the middle of the field. She's been great. Tara Andrews now. Can she get a double? Saved by Redding.
Great save, Dan!
Well, she's doing her best. You can't fault her efforts at all today. She's been a weapon in the sticks. You have to think that if it hadn't been for some of Redding's saves, this game could be a 6 or a 7-0, but she's keeping them in it of sorts at the moment. Keeping the scoreline rather respectable as well. Big lofting ball coming in, looking in the corner. Andrews now.
What a finish from Tara.
Nothing you could do about that one for Redding. She gets her 2nd for this afternoon, and the new Lambton's 4th. And that, you'd think, would have to put it to bed officially. 4-0 to the Eagles. Wallsend have played hard, played well, but just unable to really shut down those front 3 of New Lambton. Haven't been able to take the opportunities and as a result, seems like game over at the moment here at Arthur Eden Oval. Keep still pushing for a goal. Not going to give in just yet, the Red Devils, but Tara Andrews been fantastic again. Lauren Allen also. 2 goals each for those 2 girls. The ball now comes into Kennedy. Can she get a goal? Inches away. Cleared off the line. I'm not sure who ended up getting it there, but geez, this game's had everything, hasn't it? Goal line clearances, multiple of them. Some great goals as well. Kennedy now looking for the ball inside. Cobus Brown, can someone get a toe on it? They can't. Taylor Granger's looking to get it back in the box, but straight to the keeper instead. And Imogen Tumasane playing a 100th game today, WPL game. Same with Toria Campbell. They received special commemoration of sorts for that. And Georgia Amos in behind the defence now. She's going to go for the early cross, looking for Allen, but only finds Taylor Graham. But if you want to pick it up again, she does so. To Tara Andrews, looking for a hat-trick. Not finding it, though. And a final substitution to be made for Wallsend now. Georgia Little, she's worked really hard on that sideline today. Deserves a bit of a break on the side. She's coming off and going on. Brianna Trappett, number 24. Recently played in their reserve grade game as well, so doing double duties. Olivia Kennedy now, looking for a chip shot, finding it, and celebrates accordingly as well. She has a consolation goal to make a 4-1, but what a goal it was.
That was great from Liv. She's worked hard this whole game and definitely deserves that one. She's seen the keeper off the line and had a nice chip over the top, so it was a really good finish from her.
We've seen a few chip goals already in this game, haven't we? 3 of them. 2 from Allen of sorts and 1 there from Kennedy. Like you said, deserved a goal as well. She's been working hard up front. Makes it 4-1 in this game. And it might be all done and dusted at the moment for Wallsend, but that will make them go home a little bit happier than maybe finishing without a goal next to their name, because they have deserved it. Kennedy now with it, and nice little ball to Hall. She was trying to hook one into the box there, but wasn't able to. Tara Andrews now picks it up in the middle of the field and going to dribble with it, and maybe looking to try and get a ball out to Allen. Does so in the end there, but a bit too late. Defense came across there. Trappett now with it. Going to get out the defense. Goes wide. Cobus Brown, nice little piece of skill there.
Excellent, guys.
I won't able to take advantage of it, but some nice football being played here in the last few minutes of this Herald WPL contest. Trappett now gets the ball, whips it into the box.
Well done, Bree.
Tomasoni getting control of it though and swinging out early to Amos. She's doing well, still dribbling with it. Tara Andrews almost tackled her, but free kick to Wallsend. Not long to go in this one, only a few minutes before stoppage time. Wallsend still searching for another goal. Going to get a corner kick. They've had a taste of it, now they want a few more maybe. And substitution being now made for New Lambton. And it's going to be Georgia Amos. Unfortunately, she won't get her goal that she's probably worked hard for and deserved, but she's been great nonetheless on that field. Been a big contributor to their performance up front today. Coming onto the field, Talio Gosner. Just going to go over near the corner there. Coach Keelan Hamilton from New Lambton. It's the ball there from Libby, giving it away. Libby Copus-Brown. Well, it seems in this one now, New Lambton going to be going 4 from 4 in the WPL and extend their lead at the top of the table. The only other team that has won every game is Warners Bay. So it seems those two will be battling for top spot as we move on throughout the season. Mayweather as well, potentially. A great start of the season for the Eagles. Tara Andrews now. She's doing well to keep the ball, then finds Allen. She tries to dink it in behind, I think, to Andrews, but O'Brien does well now. Trafford unable to keep it in.
Good, Taylor. Let's get at him.
Grant now with the ball. She's done well. Wins the throw in.
Go. Right.
Kennedy now. Jenna Kennedy.
Unlucky, Hawley.
Free kick to New Lambton.
Get in front. Play short.
Get up, Red.
Good, Tay. Good, Jess. Well done,
Evans
Jess.
does well there to
Good,
put
Brett.
pressure on Jones, but in the end, too much pressure. Gives away the free kick.
Well done, guys.
Keep it
And
going,
New Lambton's
double.
taking their time with it, but Lewis with the score 4-1. Do you think it's a deserving scoreline this game? Do you think maybe that Wallsend deserved another goal, or do you think that's pretty fair scoreline for this one?
Look, it's been actually not a bad game. Wallsend haven't finished their chances, and New Lambton haven't finished heaps of their chances. So I think it's been the scoreline is perfect. I think for what we've watched.
Wallsend just haven't been able to, like you said, take those chances that they've had. I mean, haven't had too many, I guess, golden chances. Been a bit more half chances of sorts, other than Kennedy's goal, obviously, that was well taken. But New Lambton probably have had more chances at their disposal. Been a bit of great goalkeeping, bit of great defence on the line to keep them at bay. But like you said, Lisa, I think 4-1 is probably a pretty reflective scoreline at the moment between these two sides, considering the amount of chances each team have had. Kennedy with it now, tries to turn a defender, does well.
Go, Bree.
Turns Wicks over there, now coming back on the inside, finding Copus-Brown. She's got loads of space in front of her. Takes on Campbell, beats her, still has it. Campbell comes back for seconds on it and gets the ball in the end. And that is going to do us here at Arthur Eden Oval. It is full time in New Lambton. They run out the victors. 4-1 here. 2 goals to Tara Andrews, 2 to Lauren Allen. And then 1 for Wallsend to Olivia Kennedy. A great goal it was, but consolation in the end, coming as the last goal of the game. A good game between two sides that had chances, had they gone the different ways, potentially we might be talking about a different score line, but nonetheless a strong win for New Lambton. They continue their perfect start to the year. Lewis, what's your thoughts on that game? You gave us a little bit about, saying the score was reflective of how they played, but what's your your overall thoughts about that result?
Yeah, I think New Lambton were definitely the stronger team today. Like I said, their front three is going to be unstoppable, and I think any team that comes up against them has to find a way to sort of stop that. But today I think it was a good match from both sides. Wallsend's defence was something else, and they've definitely saved a lot of goals, and New Lambton's attack was unstoppable. So I think it was a great game, and I can't wait to see some more of New Lambton's games.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, fantastic to have the Herald WPL on Bar TV Sports for you guys today, showcasing the best in women's football in the Hunter region. Yes, New Lambton running out the victors, winning 4-1 Tara Andrews takes her goal tally now to 14, which is pretty ridiculous after just 4 games. Lauren Allen, she goes to 5 goals for her goal tally. But New Lambton far too strong today. Lewis, thank you for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on board today for the first WPL game of the season.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's been, and hopefully the injury goes quickly for you. Hopefully not sitting on the sidelines for all too long, but hopefully we can have you back as well throughout the season. It's been great.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Well, for everyone else, thank you for watching. We thank you for your support and appreciate your viewership today. Make sure you like Bar TV Sports on Facebook to see all the other sports that will be streamed live, as well as the NPL and upcoming WPL matches in the future. But until next time, I am Quentin Connors, also known as Q. It's been great being with you this afternoon. We'll see you later, though.